Live at 6, this is 13 News Now.
Off the top at 6 o'clock, countdown to shutdown, looking live at Capitol Hill as we move closer to a complete government shutdown.
Inside the dome, the blame game is just getting started. Lawmakers pointing fingers as the search for a solution grows dim. If a deal is not reached by the stroke of midnight, the federal government is closed for business. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Regina Mobley. Left in limbo, thousands of federal workers here in Hampton Roads. 13 News Now reporter Mike Gooding kicks off our team coverage.
And David, this could be a short-term shutdown negotiated upon over the weekend and resolved by Monday. Or on the other hand, it could go on for more than 2 weeks like the last time 5 years ago. And if that's the case, things could get pretty ugly around here.
I don't see the appetite on either side for a deal right now.
CNU political analyst Quentin Kidd says, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
There are going to be a lot of people that get furloughed that are going to be told, don't come to work Monday morning because there's no money to pay you. And that's going to happen all over Hampton Roads. It's going to happen all over Northern Virginia.
The real fear is that we return to a shutdown like 2013, where we have federal employees and contractors out of work for 2.5 weeks.
ODU economics professor Bob McNabb says that with Hampton Roads being so reliant upon federal spending, the spin-off effects will be substantial.
And as the shutdown extends, people start worrying about their rent, their mortgage payments, their car payments, and it really has a detrimental effect on the economy as the shutdown is happening. We estimate the impact could be $30 to $50 million a day if the federal government shuts down.
You're going to see a reduction in contracting, in discretionary spending of every kind.
Retired Navy Rear Admiral Craig Quigley remembers the last shutdown in 2013 and how bad it was for thousands of furloughed civil servants. He worries that history is about to repeat itself.
You're not going to go to the movies. You're not going to buy a pizza. You're certainly not going to buy a new car or rent a new apartment or something like that because you don't know what the future holds.
President Trump got the blame game started this morning, tweeting out, Democrats want illegal immigration and weak borders. We need more Republican victories in 2018. But by this afternoon, the president, was meeting with Democrat Chuck Schumer at the White House, where the senator says some progress was made, but they did fail to reach a deal to avert the shutdown. Reporting live, Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.
Right, who feels the impact of a shutdown? Not necessarily the military. They're considered essential, but they may not get paid until after that deal is struck. The same goes for the TSA. They'll still be on duty, but without pay until the budget is passed. You know who does get paid? Let me show you. These guys right here. Congress, by law, they will collect a paycheck. You'll still get your mail. Yeah, the Postal Service is also considered essential. National parks, well, national parks are a no-go. Parks, zoos, and museums funded by the feds will close. You won't have luck getting a gun permit. That the ATF process is those, of course, and they'll stop until the shutdown ends. It's the same story, of course, for passports and small business loans.
Local businesses are bracing for the impact a shutdown could bring. No paycheck means no spending for federal workers. Stephen Graves talked to shopkeepers today.
Yeah, Regina, experts say no non-essential personnel frequenting bases means less traffic at these businesses. No income means less spending. Now, these businesses, like you said, are bracing for a possible financial hit now. Sitting just 0.2 miles, a 5-minute walk from JEB Little Creek Fort Story.
To come from the base on a lunch break.
Military personnel make up more than half of the business at Chosen Styles and Cut Salon in Norfolk. Co-owner Jonathan Moyler knows a possible government shutdown will affect business.
For the sake of family, bills, and financial stability, they will sacrifice.
Many shops like his around Hampton Roads bases have their eyes glued to the news, just bracing.
We are concerned about it, and we try to take precautions for it.
A shutdown means thousands of furloughed, non-essential personnel are without checks to spend money. Government contractors are without work. It results in less traffic around those bases and means slower sales at places like marinas, alteration, and dry cleaning.
I'm also kind of worried on what's going on around. because we don't know how long will this last.
But remembering hard times from a previous shutdown in 2013, Moyler has faith his shop is relying on a higher power.
A lot of people are believers, so they do trust God that He's going to take care of them regardless. We can get concerned, but we prepare for this.
Now tonight, both shops say they have loyal customers they trust on, but they do plan to offer discounts on top of the usual ones if they need to. Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
We know this could be a story that could impact thousands of families in Hampton Roads, of course. That's why we are keeping a very close eye on things. Live picture right there. Trust us to keep you updated. If a deal is reached, expect a push alert from the 13 News Now app.
Now to a developing story. She admits to killing her son and stuffing his body into the trunk of her car. Now Tanya Slayton will spend 8 years behind bars. State troopers found the remains of Quincy Davis during a 2015 traffic stop. The 11-year-old vanished in 2004. The medical examiner still isn't sure of how he died, but says it was not natural. New at 6, it's been a Virginia Beach staple for decades. Now you can catch a piece of the Lynn Haven Fish House for yourself.
Parts of it are hitting the auction block. It's not just physical items up for grabs. Intellectual property is also for sale. William Sums is leading the sale. He says he's the president of the Atlantic Asset Management Group, of course. He says the owner is even willing to help another Lynn Haven restaurant get set up with their restaurant's name, phone number, and recipes.
The family who owns Lynn Haven Fish House has done a phenomenal job. They're rated best at the beach almost every year for seafood, and they would love to see a new owner come in and carry on the legacy.
The auction will take place this coming Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning. The land was sold to Westminster Canterbury. They plan to tear down the pier by the start of the summer.
And 10 inmates at the Norfolk City Jail graduated from an addiction recovery grant program. It helps inmates dealing with substance abuse and mental health issues. The 3-month-long program is funded by the Department of Crime Justice Services. We heard from the inmates today. They tell us they are thankful for the therapists and people who helped them fight back against their struggles.
I feel good. I ain't never completed nothing in my life. This is the first time I ever completed anything, and I feel great about it.
The program will start back up again for the next set of inmates. 16 men will be in that class. The goal is to continue the program until the grant money runs out.